Hello, everyone. I'm Metis Balaska, and welcome to the stream. So, if I sound a little odd, I'm currently wearing a mask. I'm not sick or anything. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to see if I can use it to help control my volume because I tend to get a little loud. So I'm seeing if wearing a mask helps with that. So last time on Persona 4 Arena, we did a lot in the P3 story, and it looks like we are about to finish it. We're at least at the climax. So we'll probably finish it today, and if we have time, we'll do episode Adachi. But we'll see about that. What is going on with my tracking right now? Tracking's just non-existent for some reason. So let's get to the game. So yeah, we just finished this over here, which stopped at the Black Flood, and now we are going back to Labrys' story with the world of me. The five of us who have been entrusted with pursuing Shokun are proceeding towards the top of the tower. How many floors have we climbed already? Distorted hallways and classrooms appear at every turn, and there is no sign of reaching the end.
The quakes are growing more and more frequent. I guess this means the time is running out?
You know, that Minazuki guy talked about making his world, but how is he going to do that?
If we presume he's following in Akutsuki's footsteps, then he's going to gather shadows, merge them, and summon some great power. You mean that thing Minazuki-kun was talking about?
What do you think, Junpei? I mean, you've been surprisingly quiet. Are you not feeling well?
Huh? Nah, I'm fine. Coaches are well trained, you know. I guess it's just that I'm feeling all tense. All this end-of-the-world stuff isn't anything to joke about. I've got people waiting for me. Like the kids have a game coming up next week, so there's no way I can lose here.
Stupei's being serious for once. Looks like he's grown up a bit. I guess I should learn from his example.
I forgot she called him that.
Junpei has leveled up. You don't want the world to end either, do you, Labby-chan? You just woke up after all.
Yeah. I don't want to lose this world after I've met everyone. I gotta do my best.
There it goes again. Wait, didn't we see this classroom earlier? I feel like the fog's getting thicker, too.
Won't be good if this keeps up. Since we can't get in communication with Fukasan, we don't even know what's around us.
No matter how far we go, the maze of the fake Gamagashi High just keeps going and going. Outside, there's nothing but fog, and as far as the eye can see, we're starting to get flustered because we can't tell how high we've gone.
Come on, keep your cool. Getting all aggravated won't do us any good.
You're so positive as always, Junpei-san.
You think so? I think you've changed, though. You've gotten taller, too.
Huh?
Why do you sound so relieved?
I've been wondering if I hadn't changed at all. I made a promise to Mitsuru-san that I'd live life like a child.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that hard to do or something? It's difficult. I don't know what it's like to be a child, so I wasn't sure if I should keep doing what I've been doing.
Huh. I guess being an adolescent boy is difficult.
You should just live your life the way you are. I mean, you are a kid.
That's right. You can't trust Mitsuru Senpai's idea of childhood. Can you even imagine what she was like when she was a kid?
We all get something of an idea when P3R releases.
Whoa, you're right, I can't. It's impossible for common people like us. Speaking of children, that show dude is the perfect example of a spoiled brat. One moment he's joking around, and the next he's incredibly pissed off.
Yeah. What would someone have to go through in order to make them seriously consider destroying the world? What happened to him?
When the topic shifted to Shokun, Koromaru-san passes us by and stops before one of the doors.
What's up, Koromaru-san? Is there something bothering you about this classroom?
When I approach the door that Koromaru-san is barking at, I see stairs leading up inside the classroom. I'm sure that I wasn't the only one who was hoping this was the place. Junpei-san quickly opens the door and we step inside. Aside from the staircase, the room seems like a normal everyday classroom. Desks are lined up in rows, and the blackboard dominates the front wall. I can't help but be reminded of my own yearning to go to school and live as a human. Even at a time like this, I smirk a bit at myself, and just as I'm about to follow everyone to the stairway...
Looks like you've made it all the way here. Now what to do?
You're General Teddy! We finally found you.
General Teddy, the mastermind of this tournament. With his cape and fearless grin, General Teddy is completely different from the real Teddy. Completely different from the real Teddy we encountered earlier, and even through the screen, he has an ominous air about him. I check him with my sensors just in case, and sure enough, he's a shadow. No, this isn't a normal shadow reading. What in the world is this?
This is getting out of hand. So I, General Teddy, will face you myself. Now bring on the ring.
When General Teddy lifts his little hand up, the familiar red pillar is appearing in the four corners of the classroom. The tension running through the area pushes the concerns from my mind. There's no time to think about that. I have to prepare to fight.
Now it's time to have some fun. Those who hinder the creation of my world shall all perish here.
Whoa, someone's got a big mouth. My world? This has been our world from the start. We're not just gonna let you destroy it that easily.
Destroy? I will not destroy it. This will be a new beginning. The beginning of a world of my own, where only I will live.
Only you? What about Sho?
This doesn't concern you. The vessel will soon be complete. Nothing you can do at this point serves any purpose.
We won't know that unless we try. Koromaru!
Like hell we're gonna let you start anything like that.
Let's take this guy down and move on.
Well, I gotta. I mean, it's against General Teddy.
Finally!
Ooh, and that's the full red. It's gonna hurt. My main bitch.
Glad I could help.
this temporary body. I've bought enough time.
Huh? You're not gonna melt now?
As Junpei-san noticed, the fake inks we've defeated up to now have lost their shape quickly after being defeated, melting into a black ooze before disappearing completely. But this General Teddy is just as confident as he was before the battle, and has the same smile.
I knew it. You're different from the other fakes. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm General Teddy. Who else? Well then, bye-bye, you pesky vermin.
Hey! Get back here!
General Teddy swirls his cape around him and with a laugh and disappears, vanishing into thin air without a trace.
Hey, Yucatan. He said something about a vessel being completed. Wasn't that kind of suspicious?
Yeah, it must mean that we don't have any time left, and when we defeated that General Teddy, he didn't disintegrate like the other fakes.
There must be more to this case.
Ken-kun is right. General Teddy is different from the fake inks that we've been running into up until now. Plus, those words he said before fighting. Minazuki-kun said he'd make his world, and Shokun talked about my world. And yet, General Teddy said... The quaking starts again. The blackboard and the podium rattle loudly, and some of the decorations on the wall fall down. The building shakes strongly for a long time, as if asserting that the time is drawing near.
Can you all hear me? You're very close. I'm getting a strong reading just up those stairs.
When we hear Fukasan and staticky come unique, we feel a sense of tension fill us. We steel ourselves and make our way up the stairs in the classroom. At the end of this long, straight set of stairs, we find a door. When we open that heavy, cold door, we see... The hazy moon immediately grabs our attention. It seems much closer than when we had seen it while wandering the town. And there we are and there are countless crosses. They're the same as the ones that Mitsuru-san and the others had been bound to. These crosses are scattered around to the avoid area we find ourselves in.
Ray, is this place?
Is this the moon viewing tower from Gekkokan High?
It really feels like we're outside, with a strong wind blowing towards us. This must be the landing jutting from the side of the tower. I see a number of oddly shaped objects around. From one of those places, I see a black shape flying towards us. When it lands, I see Shominazuki.
That's right. It's where you killed Ikutsuki. This time, it'll be the place where you all die. See, I've already written what's going on your tombstones. It's some real poetical literature. Just kidding.
Shokun, please stop this! Even if you do it, it'll change nothing! Is this all because you hate us? Because we stopped Ikutsuki?
You really don't ever shut up, do you? I already told you that I don't give a shit about some dead guy. I'm doing this because it's fun. Watching you all freak out is hilarious. You're nothing but goddamn pests that can't do anything on your own. So I can't stand you buzzing around. That's when he spoke to me and said, you should just destroy the world. Isn't that the greatest suggestion ever?
Not really, no. I would suspect anyone who would even begin to suggest that.
Let's stop this. You keep saying Ikutsuki doesn't matter to you, but he's all you've been talking about this whole time.
What was that, bitch? Ikutsuki was a worthless ass who did whatever he wanted to me and still ended up dead. That's all. I don't give two shits about someone like him.
That's not true, Shokun. You're only running from your problems. You shouldn't turn away from your true self. Shokun, come back with us. None of us hold any of this against you. Didn't you see what happened before? I'm a machine and I hurt everyone, but they still accept me. You're just like me. If you have somewhere you can go back to, then you don't have to do this.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Shut the hell up, goddammit!
His flustered rant suddenly breaks off. The X-shaped scar on the X-shaped scar behind his red bangs is glowing in a dull reddish white. I already know what this means.
That's enough. How far must you go in attempting to ruin this plan?
You're Minazuki, huh?
Unfortunately, the borrowed power has been exhausted. From here on, I have to deal with you myself.
An emotionless, icy glare pierces us. Minazuki, the one who awakened within Shokun, and, to use his own words, the one who grants his wishes.
It's him again. Are we really sure that he doesn't have split personalities?
I concentrate carefully on his presence. This isn't a new facet of the same person. This is a completely different presence than before. The reaction from my plume of dusk is even stronger now. I can see it clearly. Shokun has a plume of dusk within his body.
Minazuki-kun, what I said goes for you too. You're the same as me. What you are is the plume of dusk itself.
That's right. Ikutsuki had a plume of dusk implanted in this boy during his experiments, resulting in my birth.
I knew it.
However, I still have no love for that man. After all, he tried to have me erased.
Erase you?
Yes. Ikutsuki was nothing more than a threat, who was using this boy only to throw him away later. But this boy was something different. He suggested that we try to act exactly like Ikutsuki. He created fake Ikutskis. He even went so far as to gain access to the Kirijo servers, to try to gain more information about Ikutsuki.
Then, you were the hacker Kikuno-san told us about.
But Ikutsuki, the only other person this boy knew, had already died by the time the boy awoke from his coma. All that was left to him was the truth. That man had tossed him aside like a piece of trash.
Seriously?
Since then, the boy did everything on his own. He had no help, met rejection at every turn. There was nowhere to go, and no one to turn to. You all believe that everyone is surrounded by other people just like you. But that in itself is only the beginning of this world's failures. The world holds no worth for this boy. Sho Minazuki was thrown into this world all alone, and he wished that everything besides himself would disappear. Then all I must do is grant him that wish.
Maybe it's ironic for someone like me to say this, but Minazuki-kun's voice sounds like a machine, completely emotionless. Perhaps, even though he was a person created by the Plume of Dusk, he may have been trying to save Shokun in his own way, but even if that was the case...
No, that's not what Shokun really wishes for. What you're doing won't save him. Even if you don't know how, or if you end up hurting others, human interaction can change people.
Labrys.
Silence, puppet. What would a thing like you know of this boy?
That's right, I ain't human. But neither are you. You're just using his body while you try to destroy the world. You don't care what he feels at all. I ain't like you. No matter how much it hurts, or how much suffering it causes, I love this world.
Also, that wind is pretty loud.
Wow, well said. Great job, Labrys.
That's an awesome looking pick. Sorry, whenever I take a drink, I need to, like, shift the mask.
Right. What he's saying just sounds like he's running from his problems.
It doesn't matter if you're fully human or not. We're all standing here because of how we clashed with others and gained acceptance.
Very well. There is nothing more to say to you. Persona, you have gone too far. Sit in shame of your own ignorance as you await the moment of your destruction.
Minazaki-kun slowly draws his two swords, while he stares at us with unblinking murderous intent. The persona behind him also readies for
We'll
battle.
save Shoku. And to do that, we'll defeat you.
I gotta. If we would win any other important battles, I would have gone with other non-important battles, I would have gone with other characters. But
Finally.
wow, not a good look, Minazaki. And again, I am playing this game on normal. The persona wearing the golden mask disappears, as if melting into the air. But the defeated master of the persona doesn't appear to be as wounded as he should be. He looks up into the sky with a somewhat absent-minded expression.
I've lost. The vessel will still be completed. You will not stop the creation of this boy's world.
He must have taken an immense amount of damage. No normal person should be able to even move after taking a beating like that. And yet, Minazaki-kun is trying to stand up. A certain thought crosses my mind. The will to stand and fight for someone else, no matter how wounded you may be. How Yukari-san and the others rushed to Inaba with me to rescue Mitsuru's team when they have been captured. How Yukon and his friends are fighting to protect this town. Minazaki-kun's reasons for fighting is no different from ours.
Sasuke-kun, so you do understand.
Another word out. I won't let anyone get in the way.
I will thank you to be respectful. The reaction from the plume of dusk had been fading, but suddenly it grows fierce and powerful, making the air around him tremble. He's still...
Tsukiyomi!
Whoa!
Look out! You guys!
His persona appears and sweeps the area around him, causing debris to rain down upon us.
This isn't good!
Labrys!
The instant Minazaki-kun disappears above us, another quake hits. This one is so severe that we can barely stay standing. Every surface begins to undulate like a living being, and large cracks run through the floor. One crack spreads into an actual crevice, separating me from the others. From behind our feet, lost from view in the fog, gathered around the tower, something dark is rushing towards us with a deafening roar.
Is that a horde of shadows? Koromaru!
On the opposite side of the cleft from me, Ken-kun and Koromaru-san summon their personas and fight the horde of shadows. Yukari-san and Junpei-san follow suit. It's an insane number of shadows. The horde of shadows crawls up towards us, making the tower's outer wall appear to be a swirling black mass. Soon, Yukari-san and the others will be...
Labrys, go!
Huh? Don't look back, there's no time!
Go! We know what it's like to have to say goodbye. But you'd better come back to us.
That's right. I want to save him, just like everyone saved me. And if I don't go after him this instant, I'll never get another chance. A set of stairs leading up into the red fog is ahead of me. I can pursue him now.
Thank you! I will protect this world!
And I'll do it for the sake of everyone else, no matter what. I charge up the long winding stairs, up so far that I feel as if these stairs will continue all the way up to the moon itself. What is waiting for me at the top? Oh, my mask is pressing my nose, so there is a little irritation to be had. Yeah, we're still quite away. Everyone's wish. The higher I climb, the thicker the red fog seems to get. The sound of battle below me fades away. The sound of battle below me fades away as I go further and further up. Suddenly, a deep blue shape appears in my red-tinged vision. I stop.
Oh my! It seems we meet again, Labrys.
Hey, Theo.
You're Theodore, right? Still looking for your sister? I don't think she's around here, though.
No, I have stopped looking for her. Even had I found her, what I wish to know can no longer be learned from her. What I yearn for is something that I must discern for myself. You all have taught me that.
Huh. I guess you've changed a little too, Theodore?
Do I seem so? Watching you has broadened my spectrum a bit. No, a great deal.
Yeah. I figured something out during all this fighting, too.
Oh? May I ask what that is?
Oh, sure. It ain't anything mind-blowing, though. I just felt that the bonds you form with people get passed along and only keep spreading.
I see. That is intriguing.
Yukon and the others got hurt trying to save me. I want to save Shoko, even if it hurts me. We all keep butting heads over and over. But the banner of friendship ain't just for show. It's what lets you go against someone while still trusting in them.
My, how surprising. Your expression is completely different from the last time I met you.
You think so? I can't tell for myself.
There's no doubt. You've likely grown during these events. That must be it.
Grown.
I'm a machine. I have a cold metallic body, and it'll be an eternity before that changes. But if Theodore says that I've grown, then he must be talking about my heart. The warm memories that everyone has given me. It's not just some data that was inserted into my memory. It's ingrained in me, somewhere much deeper than myself.
While I watched you, I was thinking to myself as well. What is the reason you fight? What supports you? And what do you wish to protect through these battles? I have a feeling that I'm coming close to reaching the answer, even if I only have a faint idea for now.
Huh?
Doing something for someone else. All of you gathered here are connected by that common thread of emotion. You call them bonds, and those bonds guide you towards what you wish for.
Our wishes.
And my sister must have left that room with a wish, just like you. That is how I understand it.
He's right. Theodore's words illuminate my own inner feelings. What we yearn for, what we believe in, that's what we wish to show Shokun. They're all our own wishes. How we think about someone and do things for those people. It's because we wish for that person to be better, for the whole world to shine just a little brighter. And now I'm wishing that Shokun can learn how wonderful this world truly is.
Theodore, you're awesome.
Huh? I'm awesome? Is that so? It does have a nice ring to it, though. Oh, I shouldn't be keeping you here. You're going to go fulfill your wish, no? Please, proceed.
Thanks, Theodore.
I wish you luck.
With those final words, Theodore disappears, melting into the fog. The powerful enemy waiting for me up ahead may swallow me whole, but I won't lose. I have the wishes of everyone supporting me. I'm sure those wishes will reach Shokun's heart as well. I thank Theodore for boosting my spirits as I pick up the pace and climb the stairs with a clearer head.
There it goes again!
Another quake rocks the tower, and I have to crouch down to keep from staggering. It feels like these quakes are growing more and more frequent, even as the shaking itself grows stronger and stronger. There's no doubt that an indescribably powerful force is getting closer and closer.
Labrys! Can you hear me?
Focus-on, these tremors are crazy. Are you all okay?
Tons of shadows are pouring out and... Don't worry, I'm with the others.
It seems Fukusan's group had been trying to catch up with us after Yukon and the others recovered enough to move on. While they were about halfway up the tower, a ton of shadows suddenly began to attack them. And right now, they're preventing those shadows from coming up through the tower towards us.
Hey, I got in contact with Kikuno-san earlier. There's something I need to tell you. We discovered the password to the file that I gave you before. It's King of the Fall.
The files on the memory card that Kikuno-san had given me before I left the helicopter. I forgot all about them during the fierce battles that I'd been in up till now. Those files might contain clues that had led to bringing this case to an end. That lead to bringing this case to an end.
Fukusan, I'll give it a try. She told me that Mitsuru-san had figured it out. We're counting on you, Labrys.
After Mitsuru-san and the others are rescued, the rest of the after Mitsuru-san and the others rescued the rest of Inaba persona of the Inaba persona users at Junes, they strive to make it back to the tower in order to intercept the shadows flooding the town and converging on this place. With a sigh of relief for hearing that everyone is safe, I find the protective file and try to use the password Fukusan gave me. Password accepted. Opening file.
This...
I instantly have access to the full contents of the data. The locked file seems to be details of Shuji Akusuki's personal experiments. The dates are marked as taking place in 1999, and the test subject's name is Sho Minazuki.
A strong reading is getting close. Labrys, be careful!
I continue reviewing the data while Fukusan cautions me and prepare for another fight. The stairs eventually come to an end. A bizarre sight, quite different from anything I'd seen until now, leaps into view.
What is this place?
It's Blaze Blue. The strong wind blowing in here keeps the fog from becoming too thick. This wide space is made of what appears to be red marble, and vibrant and green patterns run through it like blood vessels. Pillars that appear to be stylized flame stand around us. Pillars that appear to be stylized flame stand around us, casting eerie shadows onto the lustrous floor. Floating near the center of a crystalline object that appears to be slightly taller than I am, it emits a bluish-green light. On closer inspection, I see the gold particles clinging to the rotating object. Are those persona fragments from our past fights? As I walk step by step across the hard red floor, I approach the young man standing by the crystal. At his heel is a man in a suit. Who could that be? Beginning facial scan. Searching records. Result found. Toru Dachi, the man who was arrested last year as the proprietor of the case that Yukon and his friends solved. What could he possibly be doing here?
Goddamn robot. Damn you for coming all this way. This son of a bitch betrayed me too. All of you are completely useless. And I can't even get an answer from him either.
I don't know what happened before I got here, but Shokun seems furious. He placed a foot on Adachi-san's body and leans heavily on it. Adachi-san grunts faintly. It looks like he's alive, but unconscious.
Scrap for brains. What happened to him? Where the hell's Minazuki?
I don't know. He fought us and...
Huh? You guys did something to him? Bullshit, that's impossible! He's strong. As strong as me. And there's no way in hell that he'd lose to some goddamn pest like you!
Shokun, there's something I want you to hear. It's about your father.
Shokun is currently very unstable, much like when I met him earlier, which makes it the perfect time to talk about the man he hates so much. Averting his gaze is from the truth and trying to forget everything about himself. How he is right now is how I used to be just a short while ago, before I met Yukon and Mitsuru-san. I was able to overcome it thanks to everyone, but Shokun is cowering just like I was. And knowing that the truth Fukusan entrusted me with may hurt him more makes my heart ache.
Shuji embedded a plume of dusk into your body for his own research. But because the persona ability didn't awaken in you, you entered a vegetative state. And then Akutsuki threw you away. Is that right?
Just when I was wondering what shit you were gonna spew after coming all this way. Did you come to rub salt in my wounds, you goddamn bastard? Yeah, that's right. That piece of shit tossed me aside. He was the only one. The only one in my world, and he did that to me. I already know that he was a goddamn bastard, so what? It doesn't matter. He was all that I had in the world.
Shokun.
This world's so fun, isn't it? Full of shitty bastards always pressing in on you. It's so awesome. I'd rather be alone forever than spend another second having to deal with another dipshit ever again. So you can all just disappear.
That ain't true. You don't really want to be alone at all.
Huh? You broken piece of junk. Have you finally lost it for good?
Watch your mouth. I'm good with this character. Hey, Marco, welcome to the stream. How was your day? If I sound different, I'm wearing a mask right now because I'm trying to see if I can use it as a mask to control my voice volume. Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough life.
I won't be totally alone. I'll be beside myself, laughing at how stupid you are.
You've got issues to work through.
Huh?
They actually show the micro stick. Play the game of Warhammer 40k. Kill team. Cool.
It's a micro memory card. Your father, Shuji Kutsuki, recorded the experiments he did to you on it. Listen to this. From a report on Project Puppet Master.
Cool.
Subject name, Sho Minazuki. Soon after beginning his training, his abilities have reached what one would call an astounding level. Muscle strength, agility. Physically, he surpasses normal specimens. Special mention must be made of his abnormally aggressive nature. For example, in combat training, Sho will attempt to utterly destroy his opponent until we force him to stop. The depth of his fury is unfathomable. But having no rational or mental breaks based on his rationality makes him an ideal weapon. Psychological analysis suggests that Sho is attempting to gain a connection to others by hurting them, as a result of our teachings. If he continues to grow, he'll be extremely valuable to our research. Luckily, the boy seems to adore me as a father figure. That will be useful.
Jesus.
You see? The reason you're hurting everyone is because you want a connection with them. It's because of the experiments he did on you, and because you weren't taught any other way to connect with people. That's incredibly sad.
Is that all you have to say?
Shokun,
Yeah, he's right. So what? What do you want me to do? If I really want a connection with the world, and destroying it is the only way I know how, then what's wrong with me trying to destroy everything? The same goes for you, you piece of trash. You want a connection with me? You want to bond with me? Then I'll shred you to pieces!
We are throwing a little tantrum now, aren't we? Shokun draws his two swords, almost spitting with rage. His eyes are clouded with madness and malevolence. His stare itself feels like blades piercing into me. Whenever Shokun got this worked up before, the other person would step in, but it doesn't happen now. As Shokun draws closer, the plume of dusk within me stirs a little. I whisper back to it, feeling the presence inside.
it's okay. Thanks for leaving this to me. Shokun, if you don't know any other way, then I'll go head to head with you your way. And then, I'll make sure you hear me out.
I got a big axe. I'll be sure to hit you with the flat side.
Finally! Fight!
This is gonna hurt. That killed. Did I mention Labrys is my main?
No, it's not over yet.
I know it's over. You took your lumps. Accept defeat graciously.
I have nothing. No one at all. If this shitty world won't give me anything, then I'm gonna see it destroyed. No matter what!
Shokin is on his knees. He desperately tries to regain his feet by leaning in on his swords, his face contorted in pain. The dangerous aura I felt from before the battle isn't weakening. On the contrary, it's becoming stronger.
Shokun, do you really think you were alone?
Of course I was. What do you know? I was always...
No, Shokun. You were never alone. There's more in that file. Do you remember why you went into that coma?
How should I know? I took the medicine Ikutsuki gave me, went into a machine, and...
It was an experiment Ikutsuki set up to erase Minazuki-kun.
Dad tried to erase him? Why?
After transplanting the Plume of Dusk, you didn't awaken to a persona. Ikutsuki's plan was already a bust at that point. But after a while, Ikutsuki learned there was another personality in you, inside the Plume of Dusk. That was the change in you. At first, it seems like Ikutsuki was interested in that other you, too. But the new you was different, and wouldn't listen to what Ikutsuki said at all.
I mean, who would at that point?
That other you awakened to a persona, destroyed the test facility, and then tried to kill Ikutsuki.
The test facility is in this world seem to get destroyed like every week.
Huh? Bullshit. That's not true. Why would he try to kill my dad?
You really can't figure it out? Minazuki was trying to protect you.
Huh?
Shokin could only find the connection with other people by hurting them. As a result, that distanced him from everyone. Feeling that the world had rejected him, Shokin chose to destroy the world instead. But Minazuki-kun had supported Shokin through all of this. That other self said he would fight for that boy. Minazuki-kun feels the same way Shokin does. The only way to do anything is through hurting others, but he's doing it to protect
He
Shokin.
was still unstable then and got captured. After that, Ikutsuki tried to erase Minazuki-kun while leaving the persona. Do you get it now, Shokun? It was Minazuki-kun and his... power of a bond that supported you.
That's bullshit. That's not...
Shokin clasped his head in his hands and falls to his knees. His heart hurts. This is Shokun's pain. Shokun's world consisted of being denied by everyone and only one being except consisted of being denied by everyone and only being accepted by the one person within him, Minazuki-kun. I've mercilessly shattered that, and I'm trying to draw him into our own world, the real world, the world that is nothing but a place of fear to him. I know how difficult it is for him to accept it.
Ha! What's this sob story going on over here?
Well, here we go. General Teddy suddenly appears behind Shokun. Something's not right. Something's not right. I never sensed his presence here before. General Teddy should be a fake version of Teddy, created from shadow. I turn my senses towards him again, but that wrong feeling I sensed when I met him in the classroom has gotten even stronger. I can't put it into words, but it's a very ominous presence.
Aha! Has the stupid brat been beaten? You're disqualified from the P1 climax. Now hurry up and get out of here.
Kagutsuchi.
Kagutsuchi? General Teddy, so you really weren't...
Oh, poor little shut-in Sho-chan. Was Labby-chan mean to you? Are you gonna have to go back to the hospital again? You don't have to worry. Guess what? I'll set you free.
General Teddy, step away from Shokun.
You're the champion of the P1 climax, Labby-chan. Congratulations! Your prize is death.
So what? I face that every week. General Teddy viciously grabs Shokun by the head from behind, effortlessly lifting up with one arm. Suspended in the air, in midair, Shokun's face cringes in pain. What an unimaginable strength.
Shokun! Who in the world are you? What are you gonna do with Shokun?
What am I going to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to kill him. I'll grant this brat what he wants. A world of solitude. But I'll be the only one there. It will be a world all for myself, where only I exist.
And this is why bad guys can't play nice. General Teddy's tone changes, and an ominous and hatred-filled voice reaches my ears, echoing as if reaching me from the very depths of hell. I know this voice. When I was forced to sleep in the laboratory of Yakushima, I had a dream, and in that dream a voice echoed in my head. This voice tempted me to forget everything, to shut myself away in a distorted world that reflected only my desires. It's that same voice.
Tell me, are you...
That's right. This red fog and the brat's power were on loan from me. At least you worked quite well for me.
Wait. So the thing Minazuki-kun was talking about waking at this tower is...
You finally figured it out. Fortunately, the Horde of Shadows to create a vessel and the Persona fragments to control it have been gathered. All that's left is to fuse that brat with the Shadows as a base, and then devour the Persona fragments to inhabit my new corporeal form.
You could have just ordered takeout, dude.
I pay no heed to others. I am the collective will of those who abandon all connections and strive to live only for themselves. I will incinerate everything. I will rob, murder, trample, and cast you humans down into the depths of despair. My name is Hino Kagutsuchi, one who kills all who live in this world.
Red fog gushes like blood from the body of General Teddy, no, Hino Kakatsuchi, and gets sucked in through Shokun's eyes, ears, and mouth and wounds.
Shokun!
As I try to rush towards them, an empty husk that the empty husk that General Teddy's body has become crumbles into a black lump of a shadow. At the same time, Shokun, or whatever he is now, turns its evil red gaze towards me. This power is immeasurably stronger than Shokun's or Minazuki-kun's. My entire metal body shrieks as I'm twisted in directions that I was never meant to go.
I won't let you die so quickly. You will live to witness my advent, and will be the first sacrifice to my power.
I'll never let you do that! Give Shokun back!
Your nerve astounds me, but I wouldn't be so sure. Your allies are about to be overwhelmed by the flood of shadows. You all fought so long within this red fog, just as I planned, and you are exhausted to your very souls. You have no hope of defeating me now. You were quite useful, puppet. I had directed you with them with the aim of harvesting their personas at first, though.
The other tournament, and this one too. So you were the real one behind these battles!
Yes, I needed a vessel. Had I taken their shadows for my own, their own wills would have made them less obedient than I required.
I learned that in the previous battles. Thus did I prepare this fog and my new scheme to carve away at your personas. Personas are the suppressed strength of heart. Nothing is better suited to suppress the will of shadows than that.
So that's why you made us fight!
I glance towards the crystal floating up above, so that it's the collection of persona fragments that have been carved away from us. And now enough of them have been gathered. This power will be what brings destruction upon this world, the final piece required to create the vessel of for a god.
Now is the time for despair. This new form that you have given me. Behold it!
Nom. I'm sorry, I had to. A low-pitched laugh echoes across the area, and a blast of heat rages from the enormous body that appears. A god that has manifested, using shadows as its vessel. Since I was created to be an anti-shadow weapon, I look on what could be considered my arch nemesis.
This can't be.
A being that could incinerate the world. Its powers are so tremendous that it could perform such an outrageous deed. Its roar makes the air. It shakes the air, and there's a heat like a scorching flame. My sensors show that it has fully manifested. Yeah, so I think I mentioned this before. Hino Kakatsuchi is the god of fire in Japanese mythology. My legs won't move. At this rate, I'll be destroyed by it too. But as I recoil in trepidation, a mysterious voice, unlike those as of normal persona communications, echoed through me.
Labrys, don't give up! We're all cheering you on!
Labrys, leave this place to us. Once this is all over, we'll have a party and celebration.
I'm positive you can do this, Labrys. We'll take care of all these shadows.
Don't worry, Labrys. You're not alone.
I closed my eyes and imagined the faces of everyone I met since my awakening. Everyone who had accepted me, everyone who had given me a place to belong. And because everyone is fighting below me right now, I am able to stand here.
This is all on you, Labrys. You promised that you'll come back no matter what.
We won't lose! Labrys, please win this for us!
We're counting on you, Labrys-san. Please protect our world.
All the friends that I met in Inaba, and my companions who trusted me and had to finish the job before me, their voices give me
We'll
strength.
make sure to hold them back here! You can win this, Labrys!
Labrys, we're entrusting this to you. Our thoughts are with you.
Let us handle things here. You have your own role to carry out.
Don't you dare tell us that you're giving up on this now. We'll do our best to give you time.
Labby-chan! Your knight is on your side!
Can we get rid of that one voice, please?
Get a grip, Labrys. We're fighting with you too.
Please win this, Labrys! Sister, we're all waiting for your return. Let's fight this together.
It's okay. They might not be right next to me, but I can still sense them. I won't lose. Everyone is on my side.
Not alone!
Here we go, final battle. Ow. How do I guard against that? Yo-Yo Fate, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How was your day? And you followed just in time.
Impossible. The will of a puppet like you. A single will was able to surpass mine.
Hey Beamer, welcome to the stream. How was your day? Oh, you just bought this game today. I hope you enjoy it. Oi, I hope you feel better soon, and Beamer. We just beat the God of Fire.
You can't hear the voices of everybody who's supporting me. You'll never win against us, Hino Kagutsuchi!
We got people on Desperate I never got anywhere. It's a game that takes time, so don't rush through it.
Silence, pest. I will not lose. I am stronger than anything!
Yeah, you should. I personally enjoy it, though the developers have problems.
Impossible! How could I fall to this dream of mine?
Yeah, screw you. Does Persona 4 Golden have the PS2 intro? No. No, it has a completely different intro because it's added new characters. You might be able to find a mod with to add the PS2 intro. I don't know if such a mod exists though. The crumbling corpse disintegrates before me. I can't take another step. All I can do is gaze up at Hino Kagetsuchi's his body as it falls apart into thin air before me.
That was marvelous indeed. These events were truly an ordeal.
Hey Elizabeth, how's it going? The area had filled with silence once the battle ended, but a familiar voice ends it. Well, I would suggest, I would recommend I would recommend the golden version because it's like the golden version has a lot of new content and on offer, like new social links and that. There's also like a sort of community mechanic that goes on, and you get some neat little. You also get some neat little. Whatchamacallit. You also get some neat little side stories with one of the best side characters in the Persona series. I turned to see a young woman in a blue dress standing nearby.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
Though what you just defeated now was different in form, it appeared to be another embodiment of man's consciousness that wishes for death. And suffice to say, I had my own reason to witness its end.
A reason?
To abolish others also means to abolish oneself. That great power was also an embodiment of a distorted will, given birth by dissatisfaction. If left alone, it would eventually have become a great stagnation, leading to the destruction of the world, even the world within people's hearts.
Yeah, I saw I saw an example on Facebook today on the difference between the PS2 version and the HD version. And of the 10.10.2 remaster, it does look rather weird.
The world within people's hearts. You mean that place I met you the other time?
Indeed. And if that were to happen, it would be a hindrance to my own wish as well.
You have a wish.
It's better in clarity, but there was only one single thing wrong with it. The emotions don't look as good. I can imagine. Like the screenshot I saw was of Titus, and it looked really weird. FF12 remaster is literally perfect though. No reason to play another version. Cool. Elizabeth smiles and quietly closes her eyes. Her expression is gentle, as if thinking of someone precious to her. I was told that Elizabeth had gone on a journey in search of power. What she tells me is always vague, And I don't understand everything she says, but she harbors a wish for someone else. Shout out old games though, and remastered. Just make it look vanilla and you're good. Well, sometimes updates can work. I argue this mostly when it comes to like when it comes mostly to like old pixelated games. Sometimes the fleshed out graphics can look better. People complain when Doom looks different to what it used to in '93. Same with the old Final Fantasies. That's fair. I personally like it to be as true to the original as possible. But I have played the PSP version of Final Fantasy and I love it. The DS remasters of Final Fantasy are so good though. Shout out Luneth. Cool. What kind of person would she think of as precious? Is she also searching for what she can do to help that person? Seeing her softened expression makes me think back on my own wish. Yes, once this is all over, I should go see that girl.
Maybe I'm out of my league here, but I hope your wish comes true soon.
It honors me to hear those words. I wish to express my gratitude to you as well.
By the way, collapsing tower, we should probably get off it.
You mean thank me? Why?
In this turbulence, you showed me an unknown, miraculous power that cannot be attained alone.
Hitting things with an axe.
I firmly believe that power will be a solid guide to the distant journey that I must take. And thus, I thank you from the depths of my heart.
You want to hit things with an axe? You can't use mine though. This one's an original. Elizabeth bows deeply to me. No, I didn't do anything. I should be the one thanking her.
No, I really didn't.
This place will disappear momentarily. Well, until we meet again someday, Labrys.
Wait, hold on a second.
Actually, there is something I'd like to ask you before I go, just in case. Shall I transport your friends to somewhere safe?
Yes, please. That's right. This tower has already begun to crumble. My friends and I could never get out of here before the place becomes truly dangerous. I hurriedly respond to Elizabeth as politely as possible.
That would be wonderful. Please do.
Very well. Then I shall...
Elizabeth?
Now that I think of it, where would a safe place be?
This place is gonna crumble soon, so anywhere else is fine. Can you hurry, please?
Just teleports us into the middle of the ocean.
Yes, that reminds me. There is one place where there would be no trouble if I were to send such a bizarre group of people there. I will now transport your companions. Well then.
My vision grows hazy as she speaks. That's when I remember something. What about Shokun and Adachi-san? If they're not transported too, they will be killed when the tower collapses.
Hold on, Elizabeth!
Just yeets us out of there. Whether or not she understood my thoughts, Elizabeth smiles at me before everything is blanketed by a bright light. Mission complete. Whew, this mask gets kind of hot. Light fades and the scenery around me is completely different. This location is familiar, and this is the TV world, in the open space where everyone gathered.
Huh? Is this inside
inside the TV? That's right. Where's everyone else? Where's Shokun?
I look over and see Shokun collapsed on the ground a little further away. Thank goodness. That was quite mean of Elizabeth. She only mentioned my companion, so I was worried about what would happen to Shokun. I see. Elizabeth said she would transport my companions. That means she considers Shokun to be one of my companions as well. I don't see Adachi-san anywhere, but this is Elizabeth we're talking about. I'm sure she transported him to someplace else too. Anyway, I worry about how Shokun isn't moving on the from the ground, and I quickly rush to his side.
Shokun!
When I call to him, he slowly stands up, facing away from me. He looks around himself without a word, then looks down at the ground and quietly mumbles.
Shut up, Scrap. Enough yapping.
I couldn't help it. Not when I knew you were safe.
He's gone full tsundere. I repeat, he's gone full tsundere.
Hey, did you kill that thing?
Huh?
Did you destroy Hinokagutsuchi? Can't you understand words?
Oh, yeah.
You're strong.
Huh?
God damn it, do I have to say everything to you twice, you piece of junk? Never mind, you stupid toaster.
You can definitely tell, though, that it's like there's a difference to how he's saying that. Before, it was with such venom, but now it's much different. He's still yelling at me, but Shokun does seem a little different from how he been before the fight. His voice and expression too. Maybe it's just my imagination. He doesn't seem like he's going to get violent either. So for now, that is.
Shokun, where are you going?
It's none of your business. If you don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna cut you.
But everyone's waiting for you. I'm sure Mitsuru-san and her people are too.
Shut the hell up. I'm not gonna start listening to what anyone wants now. Go back to where you belong.
Shokun!
Hey, Scrap.
Shokun makes as if to leave the place, then stops to talk to me. It seems he's remembered something. I'm actually a little surprised that he's talking to me.
Oh, yes?
Yes. Seriously? Now you can't even speak properly. Oh, man. It's too much.
Shut up, I think it's cute.
You don't have to laugh that much.
Oh, damn it. You really are broken, aren't you? Hey, do you think even now he might be...
Huh?
Never mind. See you later, robot. You better have your damn oil changed or something.
Huh? Oh!
Before I can think of something else to say, Shokun's already getting far away. What should I do? This is inside the TV world, after all. But his posture is much more confident compared to when I first saw him. He has his own future waiting for him now. I'm sure there will be mountains of painful difficulties waiting. There's even the possibility that we might end up facing him again as an enemy. But even then, that's okay. Even though it was only for a short time, I sense a bond between myself and him. If I don't give up, and if I keep wishing for his success, a day may come when we reach an understanding. We are just going to stalk and pester him until he gives in. But I don't get it. But I don't get an oil change during maintenance routine. Yes, Labrys too is a sweet autistic child. Suddenly, several shining figures appear within the room here in the TV world. When the light around them dims, I recognize his familiar faces. My companions, who have finished fighting their own fierce battles, gather one after another.
Huh? What's going on? I thought the fog suddenly lifted.
What's going on with my model?
Labrys, you're okay! Oh, I'm so relieved that I can't stand up.
Okay, I'm going to restart VC base. This is weird. All right, let's hope that fixes the issue.
Labrys-san, thank you. I believed in you. I knew that you could do it.
I wish you could have seen us, Labby-chan. Shadow Operative Junpei Iori totally nailed it.
Sure you did.
Whoa! What a soft yet stinky landing spot. Oh my! This is inside the TV. Wowee! Yuka-chan, Ken, Kuroma's here too. Is everyone okay?
Are we? This is a normal TV entrance. Oh, it would seem everything has been settled.
Sister, I'm so glad you're okay. Still, I knew you would be able to overcome this. I'm going to have to try harder to keep up with you.
You definitely showed us your resolve back there, Labrys.
You did splendidly. We would have been in danger had you not been with us. You haven't been with the Shadow Operatives for very long, but you've already become our ace in the hole. I'll continue counting on you, Labrys.
Labrys, I sensed everything! It was really amazing!
Labrys! I was so impressed that you beat such an immense enemy all by yourself.
But every Persona protagonist does that.
No, it was thanks to all of you. I only beat him down because you were with me. Thanks, guys.
Another group of shining figures appears. This time it's Yukon's group, appearing along with Fukasan. It seems they were fighting in the shadows, closing in on the tower when they too were suddenly enveloped in light and taken to this place.
Now that was suspenseful. You did an amazing job. We're definitely throwing a celebration party.
That sounds wonderful. We have quite the group here together after all.
Labrys, thank you for all your hard work.
Are you okay, Labrys? Are you hurt anywhere? I mean, you were really amazing!
Thanks, Labrys. The town should return to normal now. It's all thanks to you.
Well, at least until the next big disaster.
Yukon.
I mean, this town's already hit a world record for being struck twice. Had I not come here, everyone in Inaba would have continued leading peaceful lives. Internally, I was afraid to learn that what he truly thought of me. That was when Ken told me that I should go to him myself and find out how he feels. He was right. Just seeing the kindness in Yukon's eyes right now makes me feel like there's no need to hear what he thinks about me in words. The relief of this painful battle coming to an end mixes with the joy of discovering new and true friends. And my happiness proves to be contagious. And before long, we're all talking animatedly with one another. After some time, Mitsuru-san approaches me. Her expression seems rather meek, And when she speaks to me, she seems apologetic.
Labrys, I'm sorry, but I need to hear your report. Where is Minazuki? Were you able to speak with him?
Oh, yes, but only for a little while. But before you all came here, he. Oh,
When I begin my report, Akihiko-san nudges me in the shoulder with his elbow. Huh? As I stand in bewilderment, Mitsuru-san clears her throat.
You know, Labrys, the Shadow Operatives are a formal organization. I am obligated to report about this case to the higher ups.
Right. That's why I was saying, before you all came here, Shokun.
Huh? Akihiko-san nudges me in the shoulder even harder this time. Huh? What's going on? Did I say something weird? Ah, sweet autistic child.
You're even more naive than I am. You really are like a child when it comes to these things.
There are just some things you don't want to be honest about at times like this. That's why you just gotta dodge the question. And ow!
That's classic Junpei.
Junpei, don't start teaching Labrys stuff like that. We don't want her becoming more like you.
Ow, what was that for? You're scarier than the shadows.
I didn't ask properly. Shadow Operative Labrys, do you know where Minazuki went?
I'm sorry, I don't know where he went.
Oh.
The moment I answer them, they all sound relieved. For some reason, even Akihiko-san and Mitsuru-san are smiling in a satisfied manner. Could it be they actually want me to say that I didn't know where it went?
I see. Normally we'd have to send someone to track him down, but if you don't know, then there's nothing to be done about it.
Just gonna let him cause chaos all over the place.
I will report this case to our authorities, and the Shadow Operatives will take responsibility for it. All of us.
Mitsuru-san!
I get it now. If Shokun, who is the person behind in such a serious case as this, were to be captured, he would be dealt with severely. And even if Shokun were to meet with Mitsuru and the others right now, he'd surely get angry like he was moments ago, and wouldn't be much, and it wouldn't be much of a conversation. But if we shadow operatives pursue him ourselves, we'll have tons of opportunities to get Shokun to open up to us. Mitsuru-san and everyone, thank you.
Hey, what are you guys doing? We're gonna leave you behind if you don't hurry up.
The others, who are a bit further away, call out to us. It seems the time for us to part is drawing in close once again. But since we are connected by bonds, we'll be able to see each other anytime we want. We'll just have to be physically distant for a short while.
Are we really getting out from here? I'm feeling really anxious about this.
Oh? Are you scared, Junpei? That's pretty lame for a big boy like you.
Don't mind me for going on ahead. Please excuse us.
Everyone from Inaba jumps through the exit TV, one after another, as if they were completely used to it. Mitsuru-san, Aigas, as Akihiko-san, and Fuka-san, who have also experienced this once, go as well.
All right, Koromaru, we should go too.
Well, I guess I better go for it. Here goes.
Come on, Junpei. Hurry up. Come on, get going.
Hey, all right already. This is my first time. Put me down.
Teddy grabs Junpei-san and handles, bare-handles him through the TV screen. Junpei-san quickly grows distant. Teddy then beckons me before passing into the TV as well. I place my hand over the TV screen in the now empty plaza. below this place is the school that I built. Now that I have a place to belong, I doubt I'll ever come here again. Goodbye. It's time I went back with the others. May 6th, early morning. After leaving Junes, we heard that Kikuno had handed the helicopter in the schoolyard at Yasugami High. Had landed the helicopter in the schoolyard at Yasugami High, so we headed back to the school. It seems that after Kikuno-san risked her life to drop us off at Junes, she was forced to land near the outskirts of town. There, she studied the data for Suji Akutsuki's files and repaired the damaged helicopter, then took off again, and was even able to help the others. Talk about a tough person. This means that we Persona users weren't the only ones fighting. The other reason why we returned to Yasugami High was because we needed to check on the crime scene as members of the Shadow Operatives. We go up to the rooftop and look down on the school now that it has regained its original form.
School. The memories places like this bring back. It's already been 3 years.
I know, right? Time goes by fast when you're living a fulfilling life.
So you have a fulfilling life too, Junpei-san? Can you teach me how to play baseball?
Oh, now you're talking. Our team trains really damn hard. I won't go easy on you. Got it?
That's what I was hoping for. I like sports after all.
By the way, Yukari, are you planning on going back looking like that?
Would everyone please stop talking about my clothes? I mean, you of all people shouldn't be talking, Akihiko-senpai.
She's got you there.
That costume's really cool, though. Wow, feather pink. I'm standing next to a real hero.
There we go. Just be true to yourself, kid. Looking up to superheroes is what's truly childlike.
Still, you're amazing, Yukari-san. You're actually wearing the costume and acting at the same time. Normally, even female ranger characters get played by male actors during the scenes while they're in their costumes.
Huh? Is that for real? No, all those times Where did you hear that?
Ken-kun's a big fan of those kinds of shows. But I guess he isn't all that childish anymore. I suppose it's because it's been 3 years. It might be in poor taste to say this right after what happened here, but I'm still glad we were able to get together again like this.
Yeah, like we were guided here by fate or something. The great hero Junpei and his pals saved the world again.
Right. You probably wouldn't have even made it here if fate hadn't guided you.
Seriously, the way he ended up here is just ridiculous. Maybe we were guided here by fate. We made some new friends too, after all.
Everyone looks to me. I have so many people willing to call me a friend. It's a little embarrassing, but I can't help but smile.
Most of all, I'm happy that I met my sister. I was able to meet you, son, and the others as well. Thank you, sister.
Nah, I'm thankful for everybody else. Without you, I'd have never woken up and stayed in that box forever. I'd just be a machine that hurts people. But you all accepted me for who I am and gave me a place to belong.
That's right. I have to repay everyone for all they've done for me. To Mitsuru-san and her companions for giving me this place. To everyone who made me realize that I'm never alone.
It's me.
Milady, the preparations have been made. But are you sure about this?
Yes, I'll be right there.
Again, where is spin-off game featuring Kikuno? Answer me that, Atlas.
Huh? Where you going, Mitsuru-san?
Hey! Mitsuru-senpai, don't tell me you're going back before us.
Well, I'm sorry, but there are many things that need to be taken care of.
I knew it. I'll have you know that we all put aside our jobs and other affairs to come here. You're gonna spend some time with us, like it or not.
I do feel bad about causing you all trouble, but I guess, can't you persuade Yukari?
No, I refuse that order. This is a situation with consequences that affect our team's morale.
We're forcing you to take a day off.
Give it up, Mitsuru. Don't worry about figuring everything out right now. I'll make sure things with those public safety jerks get settled.
What? There's some guy's hassling you. Let me come with you. I'll tell him everything about how Mitsuru-san did her best to help.
I'll tell them with my axe.
Please, don't. Things will only get more complicated if you two get involved. Very well. I suppose I can forget about my duties for one day and enjoy some time off.
That's what I'm talking about.
You look so happy, Yukari-chan. It's been a while since I've seen you smile so much.
Huh? You think so? Do I really not smile normally?
Well, you always seem so angry, Yuka-tan.
That's because you're always making me angry.
Hey, time out, Yuka-tan. You could really hurt me with that thing.
Our laughter echoes from the rooftops, where the bright morning sunrise shines down upon us. As the lively conversation continues, I quietly place my hand on my chest. What's here right now connects me to that place and connects me to everyone. May this warmth I feel spread to everyone else and to him as well. Oh boy, doing this with a mask on is harder than it seems. Anyway, epilogue. A few days later, the chase ends. I was feeling kind of like... a few days after the chase ends, I was feeling like an empty husk. I mean, it had been a while since I'd been through anything like that. It wasn't just because it felt nostalgic, but, well, I remembered a lot of different things, and how I didn't understand a lot of stuff back then.
Your pitching sucks. Stop throwing like that.
My pitching doesn't suck. Your catching sucks. Don't think you're all cool just because you got a good hit the other day.
What did you say?
As I'm watching the kids practice, I'm not particularly paying much attention. Just as when I think things are getting peaceful, a squabble starts up. Well, it's a coach's job to settle things like this.
Hey, break it up. What's going on here?
Stay out of this, Junpei.
Coach Junpei. Right? So, what's up?
He blames me because he can't catch.
It's because you got no control. Everybody knows it.
The other kids all stop practicing and gather around the argument. These kids have way too much energy to get into fights frequently, so I need to mediate this conflict in a mature, dignified way in order to be a good example. Children pick up on that kind of stuff, you know, and you're the worst possible person for that sort of thing.
Hey, listen up. The most important thing in baseball is teamwork. No matter how good you might be alone, you'll never win a game by yourself. You can't play baseball if you're the only one on the field, right?
Of course not.
Right, well, that's just common sense. But if you keep putting the blame on other people, you're gonna end up all alone eventually. If you think the pitcher has no control, then you gotta try to work hard to catch anything, no matter what he throws your way. And if you think the catcher blows meaty chunks, try throwing balls that even the worst catcher can grab. If you both practice together like that, then everyone gets better and the entire team gets stronger. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that was awesome. Go me! I wonder if these guys will ever look back on these days and think think that they never understood what was going on. I bet they will, just like me. I gave them a good talking to, and since this was a great place to end for today, I call today's practice over. As everyone says goodbye, it goes their separate ways. One of the kids doesn't leave. Is that Goro? He looks more humble than usual. Noticing slight changes in your players is one of the things that makes a great coach.
Hey, aren't you going home?
Junpei, do you have a girlfriend?
What? What's he asking me that for all of a sudden? Sheesh, kids these days.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hey, what's with the attitude? That's really rude, you know.
There's a girl I like, but she's gonna move away. I didn't know, and we got in a fight.
Fight?
I thought we'd make up like we always do. Even when we get in fights, things always go back to normal in a few days. But when I heard she was transferring to another school, I got worried about what would happen if I couldn't make up with her.
Well, the answer here is obvious. You have to nut up and apologize to her. It doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. That'll fix everything.
That's so lame. I can't do that.
Lame, not lame. Is that your problem here? This isn't the time to care about looking cool. Not when it involves something you care about. If you and her end up going separate ways without telling her how you really feel, you're gonna regret it for a long, long time.
Well, I'll be. He did grow up.
But what if we get in another fight?
Goro drops his eyes again. Well, that's this kid's bad habit. He acts all tough, but when things matter most, his timid side comes out. Aren't you the team's cleanup hitter? You gotta strengthen your resolve. I guess I better do the coach thing and encourage him. But the way Goro's hanging his head makes me a little uncomfortable deep down. Why? Because my own words are coming back to haunt me. Regretting not telling someone your feelings before you have to part, huh? Yeah. That grand slam I whacked in my dream, I can feel it in my hands. And I got up on the platform for the MVP interview, but that time it ended before I could say it. But this time, when I still haven't answered this question, Goro peers into my face. Oh well, guess I need to strengthen my own resolve. I look at the empty outfield and picture myself in that dream.
You get a hit, you'll be a hero. Are you gonna try for a grand slam?
Goro seems dazed for a second at my sudden enthusiasm, but that his clouded face quickly breaks out into a bright smile, and he is his old tough self again.
All right, I'll go do it.
Goro's going for a grand slam with his girlfriend, huh? I don't know if I should call it optimistic or if he doesn't really know what he's talking about, but at least it looks like I got through to him. In which case, I think it's time the ace slugger swings for the fences too.
All right.
That run. After high-fiving Goro, I grab my stuff and run for the station. This time, I won't oversleep. The view from the pier matches an old memory of mine. The color of the sky, the ocean, the sound of the waves. This is the first time in years I've come back to this place.
Whoa, this brings back memories. How long has it been since we were here? We were second years in high school, wasn't it?
It would be 3 years ago. It was the summer of 2009.
Only 3 years, huh? It feels more like 10.
A lot has happened since then.
Also, that's a rocking outfit she's wearing.
I see. Now that I think about it, you haven't returned to Yakushima since then either.
We leave the beach and follow the woodland path. The virgin forest is filled with lush greenery, and the air is cool and clean. We're headed to the ergonomics research lab.
You want to go to Yakushima?
Yes, if possible, that is.
I don't believe there's anything left there aside from warehouses, though.
Yes, I understand that.
I guess I have no intention of preventing you from going there. But may I ask why?
I have wanted to go back for a while now. That was when my sister's case began, so I thought that now would be a good opportunity. I wanted to see for myself what led to my birth.
I think it's a good idea.
Yukari-san.
Isn't it normal to want to know about things like that? We're talking about your roots here.
I see.
Actually, I was just thinking about taking a vacation too. That battle from the other day was a lot more grueling than I imagined it would be.
As Yukari-san said, it truly was a fierce battle. Because I was severely damaged, my maintenance had to go on for a good deal longer than usual, and I spent a long time in my repair bay. That's why I'd been longing to feel the light of the sun. I'm unsure if Yukari-san knows that I feel this way, but she smiles.
Hey, August, why don't we go together? And it'd be nice if we could stay at your summer house, like we went to before, Mitsuru-senpai.
Hold on. No particular reason at all. Through Mitsuru smiles knowingly. She readily agrees to our request.
Last time we lived together was back when we were roommates during our 3rd year of high school.
You're right.
That brings back memories. I told you to stop being so overly polite because it made you stick out in class. And yet, you never did.
After passing through the forest, we reach a desolate area with debris scattered about. Could this have been the outer wall that surrounded the research site? The entire thing has collapsed, and it's been overtaken by wild plant growth.
So this is the place.
I correlate what I see with the data about the site, and confirm that this place is where the combat testing ground had been. We passed through where the gates were and proceed further inside. We walked through the facility for a while when an old white dog runs up to us and barks. I feel as if the dog isn't barking at us as to warn or frighten us away, but it's more welcoming, maybe even greeting us.
A dog?
I try to match the dog to the data I have regarding Yakushima, cross-referencing appearance, attempting to match vocal recording.
Snowy? Huh? Do you know this dog?
How's that dog still alive? Isn't that like 10 years? That's like forever in dog years.
No, not as such.
I quickly find a record of this dog. There's no doubt that this dog is Snowy, the same animal that my sister made friends with. He's still okay after all these years. How is he still alive? He's got to be an old man by now.
He appears to be the dog my sister became attached to in the past. It seems he can tell that I'm like her.
Huh?
Snowy wags his tail and comes over to happily nuzzle me. He appears to be welcoming me, though he had never actually met. Though we'd never actually met before. I can't communicate clearly with him the way I can with Koromaru-san. Still, his actions are easy enough to understand. I crouch down and gently pet
It
him.
would appear that this place and what happened here are part of my own roots after all.
What do you mean?
In the past, I thought that my ability to communicate with animals was just something that I could do. It didn't seem like the people at the lab had deciphered dog language, and even then, I doubted that such an ability was necessary for a weapon. I had thought it mysterious that I was capable of doing so, but it seems that my sister can do the same thing.
Huh. So are you saying that you inherited that function from Labrys?
It's not really a function, per se.
I stop petting Snowy and stand up, before taking a sweeping look around the area. Piles of debris, both large and small, are scattered about. The early summer sun shines down upon us.
It's probably something that was slowly nurtured among the 5th generation units that were housed here. Behavioral traits, like having interest in things besides missions, get passed on. And then, interest in animals. And then, the ability to communicate.
I see.
After a long line of inherited system feedback, my sister gained that ability, and I, in turn, gained it from her. The reason I have a special rapport with dogs, out of all animals, is most likely because of that process.
Wow, that's pretty deep. If it goes that far, then you're right. It's not just some function that you were intended to have. It's more like a wish.
Yes.
I crouch down once more and pet Snowy again. After that, I begin clearing away the mossy rubble that has been left unattended for so long. Snowy happily runs around the area that has been cleared of rubble.
Still, for the ones before Labrys who had hearts or wishes, it might be a bit sad that this place is left like this.
Just as Yukari-san says, the carelessly scattered rubble under this clear, beautiful sky only emphasizes the loneliness of this place. Snowy barks once and runs through a small hole in a passage blocked by debris, then barks again as if motioning us to follow him. We see a shimmering yellow-green light shining through the hole that he had passed through.
What's that?
I move aside more debris and make a hole large enough for a person to pass through. What we find on the other side is...
Oh. Wow, it's super pretty here. What is this place?
This is the arena where Labrys and her sisters fought. There's a tall cylindrical structure that looks like a greenhouse, reaching high above us. It seems like the area was once indoors, but the ceilings have long since collapsed, and the structure stands directly under the blue sky. The clear cylinder has literally acted as a greenhouse, allowing the area inside to grow lush green grass, trees, and vibrant flowers. Even birds and butterflies flit about inside. This place is something like a paradise out of a children's book. But these are the remains of the anti-shock chamber, where Labrys and the other units of our model had undergone battle tests.
There are many plants here that only grow far to the south of this latitude. This building's windows seem to have coincidentally formed a greenhouse.
I take a closer look and notice a large sword stuck into the ground in the center of the room. The unit that uses this weapon, and as though it had been destroyed. The unit that used this weapon is thought to have been destroyed, but the sword remains here unchanged. It's her sword.
The number 024 is stamped into this. It may have belonged to a unit that fought here.
Oh, I see. It's kind of hard to believe that this place was once such a nightmare.
Yeah, 024 was the friend Labrys killed in the last story. Once such a nightmare. As far as my memories go, it's not wrong to say that this place was just as Yukari-san describes it. And the way this room is now, it may be a fitting and tribute to say to my sisters who fell here within this very chamber. The large blade here is more than half covered with a soft green moss, and small birds are using it as a perch.
Hey, I guess let's ask Mitsuru-senpai to keep this place like it is.
Yukari-san.
And why don't we bring everyone else here from time to time? Let's bring Labrys next time, too.
I nod. My power is your power. That's why I'll never forget you all. As the last of the anti-shadow weapons, I will fulfill my duty to protect my companions and my sister, protect humanity, and create a future with my memories within me. Hey, Lotus Prince, welcome to the stream. How was your day? I'm good. Just beat the last boss of the P3 story here, and we're going through the epilogue.
I'm glad I came here.
I feel happiness in the depths of my heart and take a step forward. I raise my voice as loud as I can so it echoes throughout this entire chamber.
Everyone, thank you.
The chirping of the birds and the sound of the waves echo on forever. A few days after the case was resolved, I stand before a grave site. The marker is still new and clean.
We finally met. I'm sorry it took me so long to come.
Some of my memories are those from another machine like me, Unit 024. She and I were the same production generation. Some of those memories are of a girl. Mitsuru-san and her people aided me in finding that girl and finding out who she was. The first word in her records, after her name, deceased. Mitsuru-san was apologetic when she told me about this, but I wasn't surprised. The girl in my memory had been in a hospital room. That's why, in my heart, I was kind of expecting things to turn out this way.
You know, there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to say, and I don't know where to start now. But thanks so much for giving me life.
No words come back to me from the gravestone. I didn't make it in time.
I have a younger sister, and I've got companions and friends too. Because you wished for it, I have a happy life now. But there's nothing I can do to repay you.
Mommy, there's someone here.
As I was standing still, a boy approaches me and looks up with curiosity. A woman, apparently his mother, follows him and bows to me. She is holding a bouquet of flowers. It seems this family has come to visit this girl's grave.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you, this girl's family?
Oh no, it's just my boy has the same illness as the girl who's here.
I look at the boy. He does seem thin, but he otherwise doesn't appear to be in poor health.
The girl here agreed to submit to a great many examinations when she was young. Because of that, the doctors learned a great deal about her disease. And it's thanks to her sacrifice that my little boy is still alive today. He can even go to school.
She tells me more about her son, and then explains that they come to visit the girl's grave to thank her. After they lay the bouquet on the grave, the boy and his mother stand silently for a moment. When they leave, I'm alone in front of the grave once more. She dreamed of being useful to the world, and that wish has come true. And now I know she would have wanted to see the results of how she helped people. But in the end, she never could, and I've
found something I can do. Hey, can I call you Mom?
I'll carry on your dream, my mother, and protect the world where all the lives you saved reside. Just as you wished for my happiness, I'll wish for the happiness of all humans, and will do what I can to protect them. I'll do it to the very best of my ability as a shadow operative. I was tearing up during that scene.
Miss Yamagishi, this is a spectacular feat. We've never had a second-year student receive the award for best paper at this school.
Thank you.
I received an urgent summons from my lab at college and found my professor there, openly praising me.
Already getting recruitment calls from labs and corporations, but I'd recommend that you devote yourself to studying abroad.
Abroad, you say?
I just happen to be friends with a professor who's searching for an assistant. If you wish, I can write you a letter of recommendation at once.
I hesitate a bit on how to respond to my professor's cheerful words. Ever since I entered the engineering department, things have become awkward with my parents. Though they still look pained when the subject of my not entering medical school comes up, perhaps they'll be impressed with me if I tell them I'm going to study abroad at a famous college overseas. But even if I were to leave Japan, if something were to happen to Mitsuru-san and the others, I'd show no hesitation in coming back here. Even if it wasn't for a case involving shadows. For example, if I was told they didn't have anyone and they trusted to perform Aiga-san and Labrys-san's maintenance, I'd still feel the same. I have no intention of actually joining the Shadow Operatives, but I want to help out as much as I can until the organization's foundation becomes more secure. I'm not afraid of moving away from them, but considering what Mitsuru-san is trying to accomplish, there are lots of things that I can't help if I'm too help with if I'm too far. And
how about it, Miss Yamagishi?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to decline for now. If the time comes when I feel a need to study abroad, I'd like to ask for your assistance then.
Like, nah, bye.
Yes, that's what I thought. Then I'll contact them at once and... wait, you did...
Oh no! Classes are about to start. Please excuse me. Thank you for telling me about this.
Yamagishi, wait! Hey!
I'm not staying here because I'm needed. I'm staying because I choose to do so. That's more important than taking a course that someone else has prepared for me.
I can study wherever I want, after all.
I joined the flow of students moving from class to class and hurry to my next class. Just leave him shocked in the teacher lounge. The early summer weather in Gekukon High School is refreshing after school. We're absorbed in chasing the ball, like always.
Not gonna happen.
One of the players I'm guarding against is flying, and the game stops. Crap! Did I get a little too rough? I rush over to see how he's doing.
Sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine. It wasn't a foul. That was a great tackle, Ken. You've been on fire lately.
Luckily, he doesn't seem hurt. I relax, then grab his hand and pull him up with a smile.
Well, we do have a match coming up soon. Isn't our opponent supposed to be a strong team?
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's all put some more effort into this.
Keep our spirits up.
Yeah!
The sun has almost set, and it's about time to wrap up practice. I look around the school ground and at the other team is finishing up. I can tell they're looking at someone standing. I can tell they're looking at someone standing in the corner of the schoolyard. Oh man, I didn't think she'd come here wearing that battle outfit of hers. That was certainly a choice. I guess I should have given more thought to where I suggested we meet up. I regret choosing this place a little, but she'd stand out anywhere. I guess it can't be helped. I'm the one who called Mitsuru-san here. This is the first time I've seen her in person since that case ended. I'm well aware of how busy Mitsuru-san is, but I implored her to come here today. I'm starting to feel unusually nervous, but I make up my mind and take a few deep breaths before approaching her.
Hey, who's that beautiful lady? Don't tell me she's Ken-kun's girlfriend.
What? No way. I'm so shocked. Doesn't she seem a little serious, though?
Mitsuru-san, thank you for coming all this way when you're so busy.
Don't worry about it. I am currently on a mission, though, so I don't have a lot of time. I would like to speak with you for longer someday.
Oh, it's all right. This won't take long. I called you here so I could give you this today.
This?
I hand her a small silver badge. It's the official identification given to members of the Shadow Operatives. When she sees it, Mitsuru-san briefly looks surprised. She looks from the badge to my face, then swallows whatever she was about to say.
I'd like you to take it back for now. I don't need it. I promise I'll come get it again one day.
Very well. I will keep this for you.
That's right. I don't need it right now. Mitsuru-san accepts it without another word, but I bet that she respects my decision. Mitsuru-san's always thinking about us. I'm sure that my action speaks louder than anything I could have said to her, and she understands perfectly. This is how it should be. Thank you, Mitsuru-san.
Hey, Ken, let's get going.
A voice suddenly calls out to me from the school gate and breaks the silence between us. I look in the direction and see the rest of the soccer team who have finished changing and are waiting there for me. It should be obvious that I'm in the middle of a serious conversation here, but that doesn't stop them. Well, I guess it can't be helped that they want me to hurry up. We just finished practice, and we're all hungry kids. It's only natural that their stomachs are growling. I mean, mine is too.
Hey, race to the wild duck! Last one there pays! Well, I have to go. I hope you stay well until I see you again, Mitsuru-san.
Wild Duck is technically the Persona 3 version of McDonald's. In any case, since the burdens on my shoulder have been lifted, I quickly bow to Mitsuru-san before rushing off with my teammates. We still have the after practice wild dash to do. It's a famous tradition of the Gekkoukan Junior High soccer team. Then again, we started this tradition on our own. We consider it one lap as part of our practice, so I can't allow myself to lose here either.
Huh, he left. But wow, don't you think Kenkun's changed a bit lately? Really? Like how? For reals. He used to be all, I don't know, cold?
Good lord, voice acting on these girls.
But lately he's been in high spirits. It's like he learned how to be normal, right?
You're right. He does seem to act more naturally than before. I like it.
Normal's overrated. 3 years ago, we forged a bond through our long and severe battles. That bond is still very important to me. But if I let myself get too caught up in that bond, I'll end up missing out on things in my own life. I think I was able to change because I realized that. I sense that my bonds with the others has remained unchanged, but more than that, I've grown in myself as well, even if only a little. What's best for me right now is to spend my day doing what I can without rushing through life. What happens to me now will surely affect my future. That's what I've come to realize. And acting that way will be my way of fulfilling my duty that is left to me. Koromaru appears from the side street that magnificently runs past us. Koromaru has been showing up like this from time to time and racing up to the burger place. I remember thinking this during the recent battles, but even though Koromaru is quite old, he sure doesn't seem that way. I bet he's determined not to let his kids beat him either. Well, if he's challenging me, I can't just let him win without a fight. I pick up the pace, and it's after the white fury shape. After the white furry shape ahead of me.
Target acquired. Commencing capture now.
Ticus?
I thought that I was as well concealed in the crowd in front of the station, but Igus comes charging towards me. The people around me drew back, and people walking by stared dumbfounded. Not again.
It's time for your English 2 class.
I'm gonna be absent today.
Absence without Mitsuru-san's express permission will not be tolerated.
Also, he's actually wearing normal clothes.
The class doesn't do roll call. If I pass the final exam, I'll get the credits I need. I've already mastered English anyway.
I've heard that some college classes randomly take roll. One cannot discount the possibility.
That, Professor? It'll never happen.
You never know.
You stand out, so your absence will immediately be apparent.
How do I stand out? I'm not dressed for missions today.
I mean... My class has mandatory attendance. It's a lot done, though.
In any case, you must prioritize your studies.
After the case had closed, I went back to college, even though, until recently, I still remember my Music 101 final exam. As a joke, the professor introduced himself to the lecture hall that day. That's a good joke, I'm not gonna lie. After the case had closed, I went back to college, even though, until recently, I had been taking time off to go, on my training journey. The Mitsuru, had a hand getting me to go back. Annoyingly, thankfully, Agus has taken it upon herself to manage my college credits, which has led to situations like this. The moment I go off her radar, she suddenly shows up out of nowhere and drags me back to class. My attendance, classwork, study group, assignment submissions, exams. She has total control over my every move, and I don't even have time to train anymore.
Stop being so persistent, Aegis. I told you I have plans today.
You are the same as always, aren't you? You both stand out a lot.
Kurosawa-san.
Kurosawa-san appeared out of the crowd with a resigned expression. Yes, I was here to meet him today. He's currently a detective with the Metropolitan Police Department and is a trustworthy man who has been helping us in secret. Even now, he caught on to the public safety department's moves before anyone else, and was able to warn us.
I wasn't told that you had class today. Should we postpone?
Oh no, it's all right. Let go, Aegis.
I see. So your plan was to meet with Kurosawa-san?
Yeah, I have something important I need to consult with him on.
That actually seems to be the case for once. I don't have much time to spare either, so why don't you hand him over to me for today, Aegis?
If that is the case, then I understand. I will await your report later.
Aya says so politely, and she releases my arm and salutes Kurosawa-san. With that, she disappears back to into the crowd. I swear, she has been in a pest lately on purpose and enjoys seeing my reactions. Oh well, I guess that means she's getting even more human-like. I've said this before. Ayas has become closer to human than any other robot character.
So, what did you want my help with?
Well, this might be a bit late to ask. But I want to have enough power in the police to protect the others from the outside.
So that's what this is about. Dealing with people from that side of the business is more trouble than fighting shadows sometimes, you know?
Oh, I know. That's why I need power besides what I can do with my fists.
Kurosawa-san smirks in response.
The look on your face. That reminds me, you're old enough to drink now, aren't you?
Well, yes.
What's this? You don't like alcohol?
I mean, I'm old enough to drink and I don't.
No, alcohol and protein shakes go surprisingly well together.
God damn it.
Drinking with you is going to be tiring for a different reason.
Kurosawa-san looks amused for a moment. Yeah, my family has gotten me to try alcohol a few times. I've never liked it. I just can't acquire the taste. My taste buds are way too sensitive. Kurosawa-san looks amused for a moment and then turns and walks away. I follow him into the city. Mitsuru-senpai and I are walking through the city, which has suddenly become filled with summer fashions as long as the long holiday draws to a close. We've been going out together like this for a while, but when she wears clothes more appropriate for her age, Mitsuru-senpai looks even better than models. Heads turn to follow her wherever we go. Mitsuru-senpai doesn't seem fazed by this, though it's more likely that she doesn't have a clue she's standing out. It's a mystery how she doesn't notice. Yep, that would be Mitsuru in a nutshell. The only thing that appears to bother her is how she's walking.
I'm not comfortable in these clothes.
They look good on you, though.
Come on, you look good. And you know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
But doesn't such a frilly skirt interfere with how you walk?
Huh? Senpai, I know you wore a skirt as part of the Gekkokan High uniform.
A uniform is fine, since it's like battle attire.
Yes, a school uniform is totally like battle attire. I mean, they literally use the school. They literally use the school uniform as battle attire in the Persona game. So.
Battle attire, huh?
Hey, ladies, how's it going? Are the two of you looking for a good time? Why don't you join us and have some fun?
No, go away.
Would you mind getting out of the way? I'm trying to enjoy my day off with my friend.
Again. I mean, yeah, she stands out, but how many times have we been hit on just today?
Well, if not today, how about another time? Can I get your phone number? Maybe we could go out sometime.
You guys don't know who you're messing with.
Oh.
The man hitting on us touches my shoulder. This guy either has guts or he's really slow on the uptake. Either way, this isn't good at all. Mitsuru-senpai's arm flashes out like a snake and grabs the man's wrist.
Mitsuru-senpai, hold on!
Don't kill him!
I prefer it if you kept your hands off my friend. I also believe it to be in your best interests if you left at once.
I'm okay. Geez, you guys better get going.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I'm sorry.
That's why she's the queen of executions. The guys who talk to us are scared off by Mitsuru-senpai, and they run for their lives. I'm happy that she protected me, but it's like she's seriously turning into an empress. Once more, no particular reason. She's the head of a special battle unit with the mission of exterminating shadows. I wonder if that environment is what's making things worse for her after all. I really need to help her with help her have some time to enjoy herself.
Senpai, let's go over there.
I take Mitsuru-san's arm and charge into the shopping mall. I'm pretty sure that guys like that won't follow us all the way into a store. After checking out some clothes and other accessories like normal girls in these busy holiday stores, we decide to take a break at a cafe terrace.
That was fun.
You're right.
I relax and enjoy the fun we had, and take another sip of my iced coffee. Mitsuru-senpai answered me absent-mindedly, and her tea is left untouched.
Senpai, you promised that you wouldn't think about the other day.
Yukari,
I know that it's impossible to keep it from getting to her. After all, this case, the case this time was all because of the Kirijo Group's negative legacy. Mitsuru-senpai had taken a role of the leader of the Kirijo family to atone for her family's past. And yet, after being captured by the enemy, she couldn't take command of the situation. It may only be natural that she feels responsible for what happened. But even then, I can't be convinced that she needs to bear the weight of all that herself.
there are so many people here.
And there she goes again. I came here today thinking about giving her a piece of my mind. She keeps taking responsibility for everything and worrying about things all on her own. Still, I can't bring myself to say anything about it when I see the look on her face. I thought that maybe confronting her emotionally, like I had back then, would lessen the distance between us. But that would just be repeating what I'd done before. It'd be sad to have to resort to that again. I mean, we're best friends now, you know. As I try to figure out what to say next, all I hear is the bustle of the busy cafe.
See? It's feather pink. Wow, you're
Reiko Kujakuen! Hey, Feather Pink! Where are Red and the others?
Huh?
Suddenly, a little boy points at me. Everyone turns around and at a shout, and the children walking past make a wide circle around us.
No, you're mistaken. You've got the wrong person.
I hurriedly wave my hands in an attempt to disperse the crowd. Having a role that shows my face can be really inconvenient.
You're quite popular, Yukari. How does it feel to be a hero?
Huh? Well, I guess it's worth it since these kids are really into it.
Death must not be needlessly feared, but it must not be needlessly desired as well. Face it and fight, Featherman. Or so the line goes.
Senpai, why do you know that?
That's the opening line of the intro to Featherman Victory. That catchphrase comes up in every episode of the show.
I may be busy, but I still have time to watch a little television.
What? But why would you watch Featherman of all things?
Why wouldn't I? My best friend is one of the stars.
As I said, no particular reason.
I had never seen such a program before, but it's true. I did sense something from it. I feel that you were trying to help people, especially children, teaching them to avoid bringing harm into their lives.
Well, I guess that's how it is.
The protagonists of hero shows don't just punish evil. They protect those who are precious to them and give everyone the hope to live. I'm sure that these shows teach a lot of things to children too.
The same goes for Akihiko and Yamagishi, Aiga, Samada, and Iori as well. Every one of us is proceeding down their own path, in their own way. That's how I can concentrate on my own duties. The trust we formed will not easily be swayed. Isn't that right?
I can't help but sigh. I feel like I've been beaten instead. My best friend believes in me and is watching over me. Well, I should do the same to her, even though I get the feeling I got sweet talked somehow.
Yukari, what's the matter?
I guess I've been defeated today. Well, that's fine. Let's go to the next place.
Next place? You want to continue shopping?
Well, I don't have any idea when you'll be able to make time for me again, you know.
What if I promise to contact you every once in a while? Would that do?
It's a deal. But while we're here...
I talk on Matsuru-senpai and we resume our shopping. I'm not sure why, but I feel as if whatever had been bothering me had disappeared. Even before we could complete the follow-up investigation of the case that Minazaki caused, I was summoned by the public safety to the government office building. I would have liked to ignore this meeting, which is sure to be nothing more than an interrogation. But it's better that I go than for them to get their hands on Labrys or Minazaki. Also, I want to make sure that no trouble comes to Yukari or Amada's daily lives.
We recognize your achievement in recovering Labrys. Wasn't it your own blunder that led to you, the leader of your organization, being captured?
There are also reports that you involved underage civilians in this matter as well. What do you think your organization is?
If there were people there, then they must have acted on their own to protect their town and their companions. Also, with regard to the members of the auxiliary staff, the emergency suppression unit, they became concerned for me after my disappearance and came after me as individuals. That is all. It is absolutely unrelated to the Shadow Operatives.
You're just playing semantics.
Furthermore, when the second case occurred, the Shadow Operatives were forced to begin an investigation based on a lack of evidence. Since you were the ones who ordered the investigation, I believe you would know whether or not they were able to go on duty or not. Also, even though it may have been merely an intimidation tactic, I received a report that my people were fired upon during the incident.
I mean, that did happen.
I laughed it off at the time, since it's impossible that this organization could have been so stupid as to send my people into danger unprepared.
You little...
But as you pointed out, it was due to my own lack of preparedness that I was captured by the enemy. I will accept any kind of punishment for that.
The report says that your capture was nothing but a ruse, though?
Excuse me.
What is it? We're in the middle of an inquiry here.
I was ordered to bring these documents the moment they arrived.
The man who enters the room hands a binder full of documents to the man interrogating me. While they're distracted for a moment, the newcomer glances at me. I feel as if I know that man from somewhere. But what was that about?
What is this?
As you can see, it's the report from our undercover investigation of the Kirijo group.
You fool! These are not the kinds of details we asked for.
This deliberation is temporarily suspended. You will be notified of our further decisions at a later date.
Their sudden sourness makes me think that this case is coming to an end. But to think someone would be able to turn in a report that would instantly suspend an investigation from these sticklers, it would seem that there are some people in the public safety who do not respect their higher ups. Also, that undercover investigation report must have been made by Shirogane. Ha! It seems I'm in her debt. When I leave the conference, I see that the other shadow operatives have gathered.
Mitsuru-san!
What are you all doing here?
These guys insisted on at least trying to testify in person, since they failed you on the mission. I had no choice but to come too.
Seeing that our friend who had gone missing was immediately summoned to the government office on her return, we were worried it was a conspiracy. Indeed, as your friends, it's only natural that we'd rush to your side, because we are your friends.
Ah, I guess she's sweet autistic child. You can see why she's my favorite character, right? I guess why are you speaking with such over-exaggeration? And what are you, Kari and Iori, doing here?
Yeah, we were all worried about you. After all, we're all your friends.
The best of friends. Yep. Yes, sirree.
Oh my goodness, it's contagious.
I realize I won't be able to stick up for you if they come down on you because of this.
It'll be fine. Look, I'm in the middle of a shoot right now.
I'm just out walking Koromaru.
I just happened to walk into the public police department.
I'm just going out for a run, you know?
And again, just happened to go into the public police department.
You're training, Junpei? You should have told me sooner. I'll come along.
And I see Aki, he goes back out of his shirt. Apparently he can't wear shirts anymore, he's allergic.
That's okay. I mean, can't you see what we're getting at here?
Seriously, all of you?
I can't help but laugh with amusement. Though this makes me happy as their friend, I have mixed feelings as the leader of our organization. The higher ups that give themselves away, ups that gave themselves away this time are only the tip of the iceberg. There must be many people in the police and in the political realm who don't think well of the Kirijo group. Those troublemakers will pounce immediately if we leave even the slightest vulnerability unguarded. But even then, the shadow operatives will continue to protect and serve. We won't let anyone be forced to be alone. We can create a world where everyone will have the strength to deny the fate of destruction.
Let's go.
Yes!
and we will continue moving towards the future for the sake of granting our wishes. The end. And that ends the Shadow Offer. Completed the story mode from the P3 perspective. Yeah, so that ends the P3 story. As you can see, it did get a little samey towards the end, but the stories were very different, so we didn't have as much repetition this time. That said, there is the Adachi story, which came as part of the DLC for his character, and this version of the game includes all the DLC. I don't think I have time to do that right now. I will check out how long it takes, but I'll probably save that for next week. But yeah, I think this is a rather decent. This is a rather decent turnout before we get started on Persona 3 Reloaded. That said, we're probably going to be missing a lot of stuff even when we finish the game. I'm hoping they release all the stuff added to later versions in like DLC or something. Because like the playable epilogue became rather important. It explained a lot. And they can't ignore it because it's canon. One of the bosses in that epilogue appears in this game, and they made references to it. That run. There's Shadow Labrys, the only time we got to play her. Wow, that Iori laugh. Yeah, we'll get a lot of that in Reloaded. I guess proving how awesome she is. So many badass shots. When do we get side story with Kikuno, starring Kikuno, Atlas? This must be answered. It must happen. Also, I wouldn't mind more stories featuring Labrys. I really like Labrys. I mean, I've started maining her. Show after he went all tsundere. And I love that shot over there. Junpei's walk, though. That is such a Junpei walk.
This
show was brought to you by these sponsors.
There is an extra scene that you get. True ending of P4 is now available in story mode. Oh yeah, I guess I met the requirements. I thought I needed to get all the things, but no. So we'll finish off with that, actually. Awakening.
Impossible. What power is this? How can one human's power alone be enough to best me?
Hino Kagutsuchi. That's what holds you back. The power I wield. The power we wield. It will never succumb to someone like you.
Silence, pest! I will not lose! I am stronger than anything!
I mean, you're clearly not. Kagutsuchi's giant arms swing up high into the sky. This isn't good. If this place takes a direct tip from that enormous thing, never mind sweeping me off my feet, it could destroy this entire tower with all the quaking.
Suna.
Faster than I can call my persona, the other Izanagi flies towards Kagutsuchi from behind, slashing its giant arm and knocking it back.
Dachi-san? What are you doing? I set everything up perfect for you, and you still didn't finish it off before I woke up.
Jerk. The way he scratches his head and rolls his eyes, without a doubt, that's the Adachi-san I know. Did he save me? Up until now, he just dropped hints for us here and there, never doing anything to help us out directly. Seeing me surprised is that at the small change, noticeable only to those who know him, Adachi-san furrows his brow. He's displeased in an ever so slightly embarrassed way.
What are you spacing out for? I don't have time to waste either. So let's hurry up and put it into this. Right.
I can feel it. The two Izanagis respond to each other and melt into one. I've never felt this fusion of conflicting powers before. They eventually coalesce into a sword, which launches itself towards Hino Kagutsuchi's enormous roaring form.
Izanagi! Nagatsu Izanagi!
The giant sword, formed with the torrent of power, pierces through Hino Kagutsuchi and disperses its body into fragments.
Over, Hino Kagutsuchi!
Once again, that is mythologically accurate. At least as far as I know. I should really look it up to make absolutely sure.
How could I fall to this trickery of fans?
Too bad, so sad. Bye.
The malice has been defeated. But your true battle begins here. After all that has happened, I'm eager to see what you will do.
Forgive my insolence, but the fight about to transpire piques my interest. I wish to witness its outcome.
Wait, what? A few. I thought they were going to fight.
Show.
The frenzy that was raging only moments ago has unbelievably quieted down. There's only the cold and calm moonlight in the air. Has disappeared. The red fog had disappeared somehow, and I feel like time has stopped here. I don't have to ask who he's talking about. It's easy enough to figure out. He's thinking about Minazuki, the other self within him.
Oh no. He was trying to protect you from Kagutsuchi.
I see.
He's different. The madness and childish denial he's known up until now is all but gone. And now he is just standing there with an air of quiet, icy menace. It's like he knows everything that happened and when he was Minazuki.
When I woke up, I was in the hospital. I didn't know anyone there, or even how long I'd been out.
Sho starts to talk. His clear voice is missing the intimidation and quality that it used to have.
Care was paid up for basically forever. I had a pretty good idea where the money came from.
Shuji Akutsuki.
Yeah. The same goddamn bastard who tampered with an orphan kid and threw him away like yesterday's garbage when I blacked out.
Sho Minazuki was one of the orphans collected by the Kirijo Ergonomics Research Laboratory as a test subject. Shuji Akutsuki, the man in charge of the research, implanted a mysterious artifact known as the Plume of Dusk into Sho's body.
The lab was everything to me. I did everything I could when I was a kid. I was happy to see that rotten bastard smile.
Sho.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, all that was left for me when I woke up was a shit ton of money and a world I never knew. You get it, right? All I know is fighting. I don't have a damn clue how to live in this world.
I think back to what Mitsuru said. By the time Sho was old enough to think for himself, he had been taken in by the research lab and placed in confinement, cut off from all contact with the outside world. The only other person Sho knew was Shuji Akutsuki, who was in charge of research at the time. And when Sho lost consciousness because of Akutsuki's experiments, he was sent to a hospital. I can only imagine how the world must have looked when he woke up all alone in that hospital bed.
Left the hospital and went out into the world. Yeah, that's right. Into your Inaba.
What? You were in Inaba?
Yeah, and it sucked. It was so boring I thought I was gonna die. That's when the murder case broke on that foggy day.
Don't tell me.
That's right. I saw it all. I saw what you did, what you fought against, and how you solved the case.
Good Lord. Sho's known about us for far longer than we knew about him. He's been observing us all this time.
It was fun. It got my blood pumping. I got the scent of battle. And I thought you were just like me. Then, right when that case was just about closed, that thing spoke to me. It asked if I wanted to destroy the world.
You're talking about Kagutsuchi.
Yeah. Minazuki came up with the plan, and I went with it. And then...
It's just as I thought. Sho doesn't really want the world destroyed. And what he really yearns for is a world where he can live in.
Sho, don't be afraid to bond with people. You're like Labrys, someone who was made to fight, so that's all they know. But she's one of our good friends now.
It's just like when Yosuke, Chie, and my other friends accepted their shadows. It's an obstacle Show must overcome as well.
Still, the only way I can relate to you all is by fighting.
All right then. If fighting is the only way you can form bonds, then I'll fight you till the cows come home. Just don't drag anyone else into it.
I don't remember this happening at all. This may end up dragging the stream. Just like that, life returns to Show's eyes. Along with it, the scar on his forehead and eyes shine pure, bluish white, a pure bluish white, and I can sense the fire of life, much stronger than before, surging through his entire body. Not only that, but something rises behind him. It's the persona that Minazuki was using. So, this is Show's true unbound strength. Oh well, it looks like this strategy was a failure. I can't go easy on him at this rate. I wasn't expecting one more fight, but here we go. Ow. It's been a while since I tackled you.
It's over. Show Minazuki. To think he'd take so quickly to the persona passed down from the self born of that plume of dusk. It's been a while since we've had a guest with that much power. I presume Sho will be a rather dreadful underclassman for him. I truly look forward to what develops of this.
Ah, so that red-haired young man has reached an epiphany.
Yes. The many encounters he had here have brought about a change within him.
He'll surely have many more experiences and battles on his journey from here on, as a new guest of the room.
Elizabeth, will you not return to us? Theo was worried about you. I believe he had been to this place as well.
Oh, did he? I hadn't noticed at all. Not even a raindrop's worth.
Is that so?
Well then, it seems the time has come for me to take my leave. Please tell my incompetent brother this. My journey has just begun.
Incompetent brother, ouch.
Ah, Elizabeth. I sense that you may become a guest of our room someday yourself.
That is a terrifying thought. That was close. My blood ran cold many times during the battle. I fought with all my might, without holding back at all. But Sho was fast. His slashes were sharp, and he fought like a veteran warrior who's gone through intense training.
How do you feel, Sho?
I lost. That's the brawn of a guy with bonds, huh? Never mind. Even my jokes are lame right now.
Come at me whenever you want, as often as you want. I'll always accept the challenge.
Yes, this isn't the end. For Sho, this battle is only the beginning. The only way Sho could form a relationship with others was by hurting them. He started this mess because he wanted so badly to have those bonds he couldn't attain. The joke was, I don't even get it. Yeah, Sho's Sho's inherited a rather unfortunate habit of making terrible jokes. But even every strike he aimed at me during our fight, I think I sensed his wish for us to his wish for us to accept each other and to boost each other and to boost I'm fumbling on it, and to boost one another up. Which is how it should be. A connection with others can be a great strength, depending on how you face them. It helps us grow. Sho took a hold of the first chance he had, though through whatever means he knew, and offered it to me. I intended to accept his challenge with all my might. I wonder if it got through to him.
So what are you gonna do now? I meant it when I said that the others would.
Nah, that's enough. I'm tired of all your lecturing. I'll kill you for sure one day. You better be ready when I come for you.
Sho makes his smirking bow. His smirking bow then disappears, flying far away from here. All I can do is smile as he at his rather smug attitude, and he flies using the power of Tsundere. On seeing Sho leave, Margaret approaches me.
It seems it's over. That was a wonderful battle. It even made my heart skip a beat. I'll look forward to your rematch with him.
I'd be fine if he didn't show up for a while.
Is that so? This encounter between you two will one day give way to something irreplaceable. I don't know your desires, but that may be the nature of the power you hold.
Who knows?
It's true that I've made wonderful friends here in Inaba, and it's those friends who have allowed me to overcome my trials so far. Are we just forgetting that the entire tower is crumbling beneath us? But that's not because I'm special or anything. I'm sure the same thing will happen to Sho from here on out too.
By the by, now that the red fog is gone, this place will disappear shortly. Shouldn't your friends evacuate more urgently?
Thank you for addressing it. That's right, I completely forgot about that. This tower is only an illusion that came out of the red fog. So now that the fog is gone, this place will turn back into regular old Yasogami High.
Margaret, I have a favor to ask you.
Oh? What is it?
Could you please send all my friends here in the tower somewhere safe?
Margaret falls silent, as if thinking for a moment. Then she turns a smile towards me.
Since you did entertain me somewhat, I suppose I should show my appreciation. Very well. I shall send you all to a safe place.
I got a player might forget about that, but like, shouldn't this be something you'd absolutely never forget when you're actually there? How this place is disappearing and you're gonna die?
Thank you.
Yeah, apparently being nonchalant about things collapsing is a Persona thing.
May we meet again in the Velvet Room.
Or a Shimagami Tensei thing. After those parting words, I'm enveloped in white light. As my vision begins to fade, I see the open space as I was just in start to peel away from the edges and crumble without a sound.
What's this? Oh, it seems I was a moment too late. To think I missed an opportunity to see two tremendous powers clash. Oh, how I wish I could have witnessed it with my own eyes.
Are you satisfied yet?
It's fine that they're treating this nonchalantly, though. No, this isn't going to hurt them at all.
Sister? Why are you here?
Is there some irregularity with my presence here?
No, that wasn't what I meant.
So, did you see Elizabeth?
I wasn't out to find her. Rather, I was scouting the area.
That JoJo exclamation point.
It's true. This is my proof. I did not think that this cola would be hidden in such a sturdy metallic box.
Hey, Beamer, thanks for the raid. Welcome back.
Disassembling the box took some time, but I did so without breaking anything. I also inserted all the 10,000 yen bills I had before reassembling it. To think that the people of this world go to such lengths simply just to buy cola. I still have much to learn.
It doesn't matter. So, were you able to take a look about this world?
Ah, of course, sister.
Sing 80 synth-pop, the steam derailed. Yikes.
The people I encountered here exhibited much stronger powers than usual by trusting in these bonds between each other. I gather that the reason they display such powers is because they have a wish they desire, along with the ones their bonds connect them to.
I
Yep.
see. I'm surprised. You did rather well.
Yeah, neither of these two are human, so this tower collapsing is nothing, is like nothing to them.
I think Elizabeth may have found such a wish as well.
World's most stable tower.
She has. What makes you say so?
Perhaps it's only my imagination, but I sensed something while pursuing her. I thought Elizabeth might have found something she wants to do for someone besides herself. In other words, a wish of her own.
Huh.
Sister?
I see. Very well. So, what kind of bonds do you intend on exploring?
Well, I believe we should first start by making a toast with this cola.
Just casually toasting with like thousands of cans of soft drinks while the tower we're literally on is collapsing underneath us. Typical Velvet Room stuff.
I've heard that it is a sublime ritual performed by the people of this world to further strengthen their bonds.
I already worry about where you'll end up. Come now, Theo. Let's go back.
Please, wait for me, sister!
They kind of made Theo into like the dorky younger brother, and I kind of love it. But yeah, this is what what we're going to end on today. I don't think this is a particularly long scene. May 6th, a sunny day in contrast to the gray skies of yesterday. Even though this is the last day of Golden Week, the Junes food court seems pretty quiet. Normally, it would be more crowded than usual, but the reason it's empty is obvious at a glance. The people fled into the store like a receding tide, afraid of the bizarre crew who just showed up. This includes a man covered by not much except for a cape, a costumed hero, a woman in thick fur despite the summer heat, and two robots.
Well, it looks like the place is all ours. Is management gonna be okay with this?
It's usually more crowded. My dad's gonna kill me if he finds out about this. Wait, is this my fault?
Even Yosuke seems at his wit's end, and his answer, as he answers Junpei-san, Teddy's in his usual costume rather than normal clothes, but thanks to the idiosyncrasies of the shadow operatives, he doesn't stand out much at all. After the night we solved the case, we decided to take this opportunity to throw a celebration party with everyone. I don't know the details of how it got started, but since Labrys wanted to be at some place bustling, Yosuke took the bold step of deciding to hold it here. What I want to know is, how did it not occur to him that this would happen?
Well then, it's a great day out and...
That's so played out, Yosuke-senpai.
Just hurry up and get things started. I'm starving. No, I give up. You do it, partner.
In addition to our usual members, the Shadow Operatives joining in and has made our group pretty big. And Yosuke gives up as everyone stares at him amidst catcalls. Oh well, if someone falls, then another will follow them up. That's how our investigation team rolls, after all.
Okay, here goes. 1, 2.
Good job, everyone.
The modest party kicks off with a toast. No one must have gotten much sleep last night, but they're all having fun chatting. Some are reuniting with friends they haven't seen in a while, and others are meeting new people for the first time.
Hi, it's hot today. Yuka-chan, aren't you hot in that costume? You could unzip the suit just a little bit.
Teddy, please stop.
Whoa, hey! Don't touch that! Are you hot, Teddy? I'll open up your zipper for you. Here we go. Huh? It came off.
The pretty boy within can't come out now!
Speaking of pretty boys, that definitely applies to Ken-kun. He's got, like, this natural aura around him. I think you're right. He seems like someone you just can't resist looking after.
I mean, technically they are Ken's age.
Did someone say my name?
Wow, you're right. His skin is clearer than the average girl's, too.
Huh? What?
You're after my position as pretty boy, aren't you, Ken? I won't let you get away with this!
I knew I should have bought a change of clothes. I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. May as well put on my mask since that actually might help. Wait, huh? Where's my mask? Akihiko-san! That looks perfect on you!
Oh, please tell me we get to see it.
Interesting. That really limits your field of vision. If I wear it during my training, it'll really help for low visibility situations.
Looking good, Akihiko.
What kind of situations are those? People will call the police on you if you train bad.
Whoa! It looks surprisingly good on you, Master. You look like a comic book hero.
It seems they have a good master-disciple relationship going.
Wow, you're an engineering student, Fukusan? I'm hopeless at math, so I really admire girls who are strong in the sciences.
It's nothing, really. You can be good at it, too, once you get the hang of it.
Hey, what do engineering students do anyway? Do you know, Yukiko?
Maybe they do experiments. You know, like adding secret ingredients to dishes.
So that was an experiment.
What kind of guy do you go for, Mitsuru-san? Are you engaged or something?
Me? I did have someone like that in the past. But all I can focus on right now are my missions.
Whoa, you got guts taking a shot at Mitsuru Senpai and all this chaos, kid. She's a tough one, so be prepared.
What? Iori?
You're so funny, Junpei-san. I think you might be one of the top 2 funniest people I know.
I mean, he is, but not intentionally most of the time.
What's this? Is the lovely Rosette actually complimenting me?
She's not complimenting you at all. So who's the other one?
Why are you all looking at me for? Kind of rude, don't you think?
Hey, Yukiko-senpai. Can I pet him now, too?
He says he wants to stay here a bit longer. Right, Gangaro-maru?
Please learn his actual name. You understood that?
That's why there are some cases where one can't help but to take drastic action.
I see. Impressive, Naoto-san. You really live up to the Shirogane name.
Well, it's a bit of a dirty tactic, but in certain pressing circumstances...
Impressive. Pressing? Naoto-san, was that a pun just now? Over the phoneme threshold.
Of course not. It was just a coincidence.
We've been fighting all throughout Golden Week, and we're only just now getting at a moment, getting a moment to catch our breaths. The party goes on with the usual drift from topic to topic. I eventually noticed that Labrys has stepped away from everyone to stand alone in the corner of the food court, so I go talk to her.
What's the matter, Labrys?
Oh, I was just looking out at the town. I didn't get a really good look at it the other day, so I want to take it in as much as I can now.
Labrys grazes past the fence into the distance. The area around here is just an ordinary country town. It's hard to think that there is anything novel about it. But this is Labrys, who's been asleep for over 10 years. Everything she sees must be fresh and new, fresh and new to her.
What do you see?
Lots of things. There's tons of people, everyone living their life to the fullest.
Weird that last one didn't get voiced. Labrys suddenly bows formally to me. Did we do something? Is she just thanking us for helping her
It
out?
was you who helped us out this time, Labrys. We're even now.
But Labrys slowly shakes her head. I guess that wasn't what she meant. So what then? I can't think of anything else she could be thanking us for.
No, that's not what I meant. I slept for so long that everything's a first for me. Like having a celebration party with so many folks.
Huh. Well, are you enjoying it?
For sure. Everyone seems like they're having fun, so that makes me happy. And there's something I figured out, too. You guys and all them shadow operatives might not be together all the time, but that don't matter.
Labrys and I look back towards the group. There's no investigation team or shadow operatives anymore, only a cheerful time shared between friends. The bonds we forged don't disappear, no matter how far apart we may be. That's something I learned from Mitsuru-san and her people. They all went their separate ways, but they reunited even after quite some time, because of this case. I hope our investigation team will be like them from now on. I think we have it. In us. What happened over the past day was our first step towards that goal.
I agree, but doesn't the same go for us, since we got to meet during Golden Week?
You're right. We promised to meet again, and though that was literally just the other day, here I am again. It was tough, but fun too. That's why I want to thank you.
Nothing like the end of the world to bring people together, right?
I can say the same to you.
A smile naturally forms on both our faces. After Labrys has a good laugh, she looks straight at me.
I'm sure Shokun will be okay. He might have lived all alone, without anyone to talk to, but we're there for him now.
Yeah, Sho's journey is just getting started. We can change as much as we want by learning from other people.
You got that right.
Labrys mumbles to herself and looks into the distance once again. Her expression is bright. It's like she really is human. And I have no doubts that Sho can make just as dramatic a transformation.
I'm gonna do my best too.
It's truly a wonderful day out. The sun's risen up in the sky, casting strong shadows on the rooftop. The clear blue skies of Inaba, look as though they're blessing our features. The end. And that is the actual end of the P4A story. At least usually. Again, we still have the Adachi episode, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Yeah, this did end up running longer than I was hoping. But yeah, we are like pretty much about to round out the story. That said, I might take another break before I do the Adachi story. Because there are other fighting game stories I would like to get to. Like, I haven't gotten into Strive yet. I haven't done any of the Melty Blood stories yet. And I do have to also set up for the, like, extra scenes in the P4A story and stuff like that. I am kind of itching to get the Strive neck, because, well, no, I've been interested in getting into that story because I'm playing the main Bridget. I also kind of want to practice Ram Lethal, because I like her, but we won't be able to get that soon. But I also kind of want to get to Melty Blood because of all the Type Moon stuff going on. And like again, and I need to set up for the P4A stuff if I want to make sure I do that. And I need to do it off stream. Plus, there's other stuff I need to set up before doing that. So I do want to. I do think it's about time to change games. At least for the time being. We'll probably finish this off once I'm fully prepared with it. It's tough reading a lot with a mask on, I'll tell you that. Like, it's so hot. But I'm trying to find a temporary solution for me not to make noise while my actual room is being prepared.
This program was brought to you by the following sponsors.
Okay, I am going to. I do want to see how long the Adachi story is. That looks decently long for. Though some of these are battles, I know that. But we're not going, obviously we're not going to do that yet.
Persona 4 Arena
Okay then. Alright, that'll do it for Persona 4 Arena Ultimax right now. Again, I will get back to it once I've set up everything, but yeah, I think we should put in another game. I'll poll which game to do next, and we'll decide, and it'll be decided next week. But yeah, let us set it up. Let us set up for a raid now. Okay, so any of my usual suspects? Nope, so we'll pick from the list today. We will go for Cece, who was playing Wind Waker. Maybe a randomizer. Looks like it's a collab. All right. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you like my stuff and you haven't already, please leave a follow. It helps me as a small VTuber, and I upload all my stuff on YouTube, and you can also check my socials over there. So, once again, next week we'll be finishing off Celeste, at least for a while. We'll continue with Doom 2, and we'll move on to a new fighting game for a while. While I prepare stuff for this game. So I hope to see you all there. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all on the next one. This is Metis Balaska signing out.